The Chrysler K is a Tier 8 American premium heavy tank, a vehicle that features incredible side-scraping capabilities, a rear-mounted turret, and a very strong frontal armor. The T-28 prototype is a Tier 8 tech tree tank destroyer, which features a very solid gun, great gun depression over the front, and decent protection. What would happen if you combined both of these vehicles into one single tank? Well, the TS-60, the American Tier 8 premium heavy tank, is available for sale right now, and that is essentially what it is. You can see just from its looks that, yeah, it's kind of like a Chrysler K, but it's a tank destroyer. So, it's got a good gun. We're going to start off by spending 15,000 gold on 10 containers, which hopefully is enough to get my hands on the vehicle, because I think you need 30 charms in total to get your hands on the tank guaranteed, which, yeah, I'm not too excited, but hopefully we'll get it. Ooh, 10,000 gold, and there you go, the TS-60. Alright, well, I guess I'm not too salty. We didn't get the camo, but, we basically didn't lose much gold. We only lost about 5,000 gold to get our hands on the vehicle, so that's an absolute dub in my books. But here it is, the TS-60. What an absolutely weird-looking vehicle. Now, to get your hands on the camouflage, it's pretty easy. You can either purchase it. Holy crap, $119 for that bundle? Do not buy that bundle. If you do, I have nothing to say. But, if I'm correct, all you should have to do to get your hands on the camo is go into a training room, which takes about half a second. And then once you're in the training room, literally leave the training room. It's going to count that you've done a battle. Then usually after your first game in a tank, Wargaming will give you a pop-up offer for a camo. So we'll see if they do. Here it is, it's back, and hopefully we get the pop-up offer. If not, then I'm not going to be gambling for it, so I'll wait. It is a cool camo, I will say that. It looks very, very cool. But if I don't get the pop-up offer, I'm not going to buy it right now, because, yeah, you saw how much it cost for more crates. So, let's just put on, how about my winter camo while we wait? I think that should get the job done, and we'll fully equip this tank and see what it exactly has going for it. Yeah, you know what, Cyber Winter looks pretty solid on the vehicle, so I honestly can't complain all too much. Alright, so let's go to consumables. There you go. You know, it's possible the reason the camo is not appearing yet is because this tank was released like 5 minutes ago. It's 5 in the morning for me, so that's a pretty probable reason. I'm going to do 8 premium shells, 24 standard, and 8 high explosive. Let's fully equip this vehicle on all of its equipment slots, and then we'll take a look at what the gun has going for it. First of all, a lot of pen. Look at that, 254 on the standard, 319 on the premium. This is, after all, a tank destroyer, so very solid, but you'll notice its aiming time is pretty dang poor, and hopefully we'll see if it gets any better. I'm actually going to run enhanced armor on this vehicle. We're going to do toolbox, improved optics, engine accelerator, and consumable delivery system. And there you go. Finally, the camo popped up. So we indeed can put the camo on this vehicle. Rather interesting to see it pop up after a little bit of time, but you know what? I'm just glad it was only 2,000 gold. I actually do like this camo. I think it's kind of weird, but it's not bad. It gets the job done. So let's take a look at this vehicle's overall statistics, and then we're going to take a look at how this vehicle's armor is and finish it off with some gameplay. First of all, let's see the tank's gun. 2,737 damage per minute. That's not bad. If I'm running gun rammer, we can get that up to 2,950, but I really like my pen, as many of you know, so we're going to be sticking with absolutely redonkulous amounts of pen. The average damage is weird. You'll notice the premium massively dips from the standard in alpha, going from 380 to only 310, and the high explosive only gains 30 in alpha. So essentially, try to shoot as a little premium as possible in this tank, and try to shoot as little high explosive as possible, because the HE kind of sucks on this vehicle. It should easily be like 450 or 460, but wow, only 410. Gun depression, it has 7 degrees. I'm not sure if it has any more over the sides. We can take a look at Armor Inspector. When it comes to the mobility, it reaches a top speed of 29 and an unfortunate reverse of 12. So it looks like the gun is really solid and the mobility is quite poor. But to be fair, there's a reason the mobility is poor, and that is because of the armor. The upper plate on this tank is 265. That is really solid. If you're using the 7 degrees over the front, you can get it up to an auto ricochet for any AP shells. That means if we get a tank that shoots heat, so how about we pull out a tank destroyer? I think the turtle has heat shells. Nope, it has APCR. I lied. Well, Well, Soviet tanks shoot heat. How about the Su-101? Heat shells, for example, even the Su-101, which features 374 millimeters of heat pen, is not even going to have a chance of penetrating through the upper plate. Now, the turret looks weak, but that's because we're aiming super high pen at it. You'll notice that the turret is actually quite strong. The upper part of it is impervious to basically any shells. Even the majority of heat shells are going to bounce off that. And when it comes to the superstructure, that's actually really solid. 260 to 270, even loading heat, that's upwards of 290. So overall, the armor on this tank seems really, really dang effective. Now, over the sides, it does not have 7 degrees. And something else I should point out is the turret is not fully traversable. It's like a T-28 prototype, so it goes all the way 75 degrees to the left and 75 degrees to the right. So basically, this is going to be a beast at side scraping, yet it's a tank destroyer. I mean, it's really weird to think of it like that, but I'm excited to try it out. Now, something I have noticed about this vehicle is it is quite large, which is not always a good thing, but I guess we'll find out. While we're waiting to load into battle, I want to showcase its side scraping capabilities. Its side armor is actually pretty decent at around 94 mils thick. If we compare that to the Chrysler K's side armor, it is 116. So it's obviously a bit stronger on the Chrysler because that is a heavy, but 94 is not bad. That means that if you put it in a proper side scrape like this, you can very, very easily shoot at your opponents without even over-angling your sides. Your turret's going to be very hard to pen, apart from that hatch, and yeah, this is going to be a really, really solid tank. So it's really going to be down to the gun, the aiming time, and the dispersion. If it's not going to be very accurate on move, then it's probably not going to be a rather enjoyable tank. But let's get into some gameplay and find out. Here we are in our first battle. Up against us, all tier 8s, except for 2 tier 7s. And, which way do we want to go? They got a T-49 LTG, but that's it. They don't actually have a lot of mobility, so it might be more beneficial to go towards B, towards C. I guess we'll find out. Let's see which way our team goes. I kind of want to go towards A side, but it looks like our team wants to go more towards B. I'll go to B. B is a pretty chill spot. Now, you can again see just how large this vehicle is. I mean, I'm quite a bit larger than a Tiger II, especially on the turret. And while size, especially this tank, looks like a massive shaft, sometimes can be good, it's not usually good when it's a tank, because the larger your tank is, the easier it is for everybody to shoot at you. So, yeah, I guess we'll find out how it actually ends up working. It's just weird to think of this as a tank destroyer. You only have 1,300 health. But it's a heavy tank destroyer. It's just a really weird combination. Personally, I think it should be sitting at like 1,500 health, because it is supposed to be kind of like a heavy, and we can very easily see that on the mobility. Holy crap, is this thing slow. Uphill, we are literally going at a snail's pace, which is, yeah, that's even an overestimation, I'll be honest. This thing is frickin' slow. We got the Tiger P right in front of us, and there you go. Nice 360 pen. Now, the lower plate is obviously a massive weak spot on this vehicle, so when driving it, try to hide that lower plate. We got the Sheriff over here who did bounce us. We're going to aim in a premium shell. That 320 millimeters of premium pen is going to come in very, very handy here. Let's just get in a side scrape like this, and as we can see, I'm getting a lot of bounces so far. We're getting all pens into our opponents. Ooh, but we do have an LTG off to our side. Alright, well, let's back on up. Let's see if we can get another pen into the Tiger. A bonk, there you go. And we got penned by the T-49 for 700. Well, that's not fun at all. Looks like not a single soul on our team wanted to cover. Oh my god, I'm gonna be shot again. Alright, well, I need to pull forwards here so that the T-49 cannot shoot me. I just can't believe that my team is allowing their T-49 to bonk me like that, but wow. Alright, well, this is a disaster and a half. Not a great first battle for the tank, to be real. It was going fine, but I guess it serves me right for thinking that I could rely even slightly on my teammates. So the T-49 is still absolutely crapping on my team, which sucks for me. But I'm going to try my best. We're going to push over towards the Sheriff here. We're going to see if I can get a bonking into his tank. Let's see, he shot, which means we can get one very easy pen into his vehicle, just like so. And he's probably going to kill me, maybe not. I'm kind of hoping we can out-reload him here. We do have a lot of DPM, a lot more than, for example, that Sheriff. So we didn't have to worry about him killing us there, which is quite nice. The LTG could very easily finish us off, but not if he runs away. Okay. Well, we're not doing all too bad as of yet. We're going to aim it on the LTG. There you go. Nice slap finishing that player off. And we're going to keep on going. Okay, well, our team is not very healthy. The only person with health on our team is indeed the Tiger 2 behind me. And that's not very good, to be real. Can't get a shell into that player at all. Let's keep on going over here. I'm hoping we can get a bonk into that Tiger 2. Bonk. There you go. Nice shot for 220. Alright, we're getting some shells out, which is not too bad. Our LTTB gets a nice slap as well. We're up to 2,800 damage. We need to cap the base. The problem is I can't go back because that tank's turret is in the way. T-49's all the way in the back, and my teammate's probably going to die. Let's aim it on that T-49. Yes! That was really, really important. Our Tiger is still absolutely throwing, though. Alright, let's aim in a shell onto the Tiger P, just like so. And unfortunately, it's not going to matter. We are definitely going to lose this on base cap unless I can get my way all the way over to base A, which, let's be real. This tank's mobility, that's not going to happen. We do have the Scorpion, though, in front of us. Let's get a nice pen into that Scorpion. Oh, we're not dead yet. Come on. Reload, 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 reload. We're going to out-reload that Scorpion. Yes! Alright, alright, alright. Come on, I can keep going, I can keep going. All they have left is the Yo, and I don't think we're going to get there fast enough. I'm going to be real. I am going to be completely real. 960 on base cap. Oh, boy. I don't know why that Tiger didn't just cap the base when he was back there. It took him so long. Well, unfortunately, we're going to lose this game. Even with an AFK Yo, Supremacy brought a downfall. I've actually been messing around with the counter a little bit lately, just due to the fact that certain games end up being like this. I just can't believe that the Yo is AFK and still gets a win because of that situation there. But either way, the TS-60, as we noticed in this first game, got a lot of bounces and did 3,700 damage. We also got an ace for our first battle, even with a defeat. It's rather unfortunate that, as I said, nobody on medium side wanted to shoot the T-49, looking at you, LTTB and T-2064. But yeah, we still did pretty good, and to be fair, it wasn't even the reason we lost the game. What's even more infuriating is that we had 6 kills, and we could have gotten 7 if Supremacy didn't cause us to lose. You know what? I'm done with Supremacy. We're going to encounter for the last battle today. I'm absolutely disappointed in Supremacy from that game. Here we are in battle number 2 in Encounter. First impressions of this vehicle. Seems pretty solid, not gonna lie. The gun is working pretty well. The armor seems to be very strong, and first game, it seemed pretty good. I would say the nicest thing is that you actually have 7 degrees over the front, which is, I don't even think something the Chrysler K gets, if I'm not mistaken. It allows this tank to be very, very effective, even when only showing your front. You don't need to just side scrape. You can actually run it basically hull down. Now, unfortunately, nobody on our team wants to go towards heavy side, most likely because we don't have any heavies. Great job from Wargaming giving the enemy a Shark and a Luva, while we get an M7 Yo. Oh boy, great matchmaker. As usual, this matchmaker just makes me depressed and angry at the same time. Now, the mobility is definitely a bit lackluster on this tank. That's probably the biggest thing I've noticed, is that it only goes 30, and it's not a great top speed for, you know, what this fast-paced meta that we're currently in, so yeah, that's a bit of an unfortunate thing going for the tank, but we'll see. We'll see how it does this game. This is already turning out to be a rather interesting battle. The Luva is crossing all the way over to the other side of the map, so is the Centurion, and we got the Shark over here. Alright, well, let's aim it on the Shark. There you go, nice 360 damage slap. I have to say that 380 Alpha is quite a nice combination. It's enough to easily outtrade the majority of opponents that you're going to be aiming at. We're going to aim an HG onto that Prague. There you go, nice 391. But not only is it enough Alpha to outtrade the majority of opponents you're going to be aiming at, but it also gives you fast enough reload to actually pump out shells pretty dang easily. So, as you can see, we've already been able to get some decent chunks out here. The M7 Yo has put himself in a pretty poor position. He's going to run low. We're just going to try and side scrape. When I say I'm going to try and side scrape, I mean I'm going to get stuck on everything in front of me. Let's see what we can do. Is that Shark going to poke that? No. Alright, well, let's back on up. We got the TS over here, aiming, and bonk. There you go. That was a nice 475 max roll. Looks like he penetrated a heat shell through our tank, but that doesn't matter all too much to me. Unfortunately, we're not able to get a shell into the Jagdpanther. Alright, well, let's see what we can do here. The LTTB's off to the side. Jagdpanther's off to the side as well. Okay, well, I think the best decision I can make is to ignore that side of the map and try and make my way over here towards the LTTB and the Centurion Mark 5-1. I don't know where the Luva went. He was over here somewhere, but he must have... Oh, okay. Of course, I opened my mouth and the Luva's directly in front of us. Well, hopefully my CDA takes some shots for me here, because while this tank may have decent armor frontally, it's obviously not going to be great in this type of position. So let's see if we can get another shell into the Luva, maybe. Not really liking this position. Wow, no, our team just sucks again. This is incredible. Both teams I've gotten today have been absolutely tragic. I don't even know what to do here. All right, well, let's drive away from the TS. We're not losing yet, to be fair. Centurion Mark 5-1's over there. I don't even know where the Yag Panther... Oh, that's not a Yag Panther. It's the TS-60. It just kind of looked like a Yag Panther. Let's finish off the LTTB. There you go. Not too bad. Now we got the Luva over here. Let's get into a side scrape. Try to use that good armor. There you go. And again, you can see that great DPM working in play here. Yeah, I'm not going to fight that. I'm going to try and fight the Centurion in this moment. So let's back on up. Let's try and angle our hull. There you go. Nice pen into the scent. And bonk. I'm not sure why that player rammed me, but I'll take it. So now let's push over on the Luva. Get a nice bonking into you. And just like that, we have been able to get some pretty decent damage out. Okay. I thought this was honestly going to be a loss. Looking at how our team played and everything else, this was looking like a pretty poor battle. But we are not only winning... but we still got enough health to take at least 2 shots from this tank, so let's just get into a side scrape again, just like so. Now, traverse speed may be pretty poor, but that shouldn't matter all too much in a position like this. Okay, well, it should matter if I not only get heat penned, but he high rolls the heat pen. That's rather cringe. Well, let's see if this TS wants to poke me. Come on, you know you want to. He's gonna shoot my CDA. I'm just gonna wait right here. I think that should be the best decision I can make. Let's just back up. I mean, we can't lose this. I don't want to cross it because I'll probably die. So, yeah, as I said, I'm just going to wait right here for now. We are a tank destroyer after all. So, I'm not really too worried. That Cannonin should finish him off. So, overall impressions of this tank, honestly, seems pretty good. Not only does the gun have really solid DPM, not only is the gun incredibly strong vehicle, but, yeah, the gun, everything seems really good. The aiming time's not that bad either. I'm not sure why that TS is complaining about getting killed by a full health Cannonin, but I can't complain. It's better than losing like we did our first game. So we did 3,600 damage. We only blocked 780, but to be fair, we didn't really take that much to begin with. The only player that penned us was the TS. So we did a solid game, another mastery. Yeah, I actually think this is a pretty solid vehicle. I can't say it's worth the price. These crates are absolutely freaking ridiculous on price tags. I mean, Wargaming, what the freaking hell are you thinking? Are you serious? 15,000 gold for 10 crates. That means to get this vehicle guaranteed, it's going to be close to 45,000 gold. That's ridiculous. That's over $100 for a tier 8. Tier 8 should only be about 50 bucks. And even if you get a double gold bundle, I just think that's a stupid price tag. So I wouldn't suggest to get it first draw, but it is a fun tank. And if you get it, you'll probably enjoy it. Hopefully enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.